stitches. It's time for a yarn. My name's Em, and today we're talking about all things knitting. So all the things that I have made in the last 2 months. If you've watched my previous vlog, you know that it's been a little bit of a crazy month. But I want to share with you things I've made, things that are my WIPs work in progress, and what things I have purchased and the plans I have made. So stay tuned. We're going to start with some things that I have made. Now the first thing I made, I actually will have to put in a photo because my sister has it. And I made a waffle cowl, and I got that pattern off of Craftsy, and it's a Susan B. Anderson pattern. And I made it with wool from the Australian wool store, and I made it holding 2 strands of wool together, and I used a grey and a gingerbread 14 ply for both of those, and I knitted up this waffle shawl, cowl. She loves it, and I am so thankful that she does. They're sort of her colours as well. So I'll pop a photo in of the cowl and possibly on my beautiful sister as she wears it. The second thing I made, during me I'm saying a lot, but the second thing I made was another Susan B. Anderson pattern, and once again I got it off of Craftsy as I was looking at these videos and learning how to knit, and I knitted this pair of fingerless mitts up, or she calls them practice mitts pattern. And I knitted these up over a little girls' weekend that we had away recently. Just as everything was starting to become chaotic, we had a little weekend we had booked months in advance, and so at least we got to have some downtime, and then I came back, and as soon as I got back, hit the ground running. Once again, my other sister has those mitts. I made them for her on our getaway. We went to a place called Bunya Mountains, and it's in Queensland, in Australia, and it's beautiful, like rainforesty. We went on hiking. I say hiking. We did a track, and we just chilled, us girls. I was knitting. My one sister was crocheting, and the other sister was off doing photography. So we had just wonderful relaxed time, just chilling, fire, and once again I don't have them with me because that sister has them, so I'm going to pop another photo of those in there. They were made in this lovely, I do have some of the wool, teal, and it was 10 ply deep teal wool from the Australian wool store, and I made Trini set in them, and she loves them. It's 2 of the things made. Now, I have made one more other thing since May, and I've got to find them. Hang on a minute. Okay, thanks for sticking with me. I've been watching so many people on YouTube and all the awesome things they get up to. Now, something not all knitters do, but a lot of knitters have having go at socks or knitting socks. And so I thought, oh, you know what, I'm only new, but I'm gonna have a go. Once again, Craft C, Susan B. Anderson, had a toe up afterthought sock pattern. And I thought, oh, I'm gonna give it a go with her instructions, and I'm a very visual person, learning, you know, by watching. And so I followed that and I made these socks. I didn't go too high on them, but I wore them the other day with a pair of my ankle boots, and they were perfect. And I was amazed that they actually stayed on my foot. So there we go. They're not actually perfect in make. I'm a beginner, so you know. But this is made with a worsted weight yarn, and it is from the Australian Wool Store, and this one's called Rusty Pumpkin, and it goes with my colour palette that I've been using this season, and that is, of course, pumpkin, navy, grey and ivory. So really excited that I completed them. I have, you know, some things I need to work on. So my ribbing, you know, they talk about it's sort of snitching in, holding it. I don't seem to have that. So anyways, practice makes perfect, right? My first pair of socks, and they're wearable, so that's a plus. Yeah, I don't have much more to say about them. Pop them out of here. Now, I put my book. Oh, it's right beside me. Oh, it's been one of those days. Okay, now for my whip. So for my work in progress, I have discovered I am very much a monogamous knitter, and I have seemed to have been doing a fair bit of knitting as of late because of the craziness in our lives that have been happening. I found it as a great way to unwind after the day, being able to put our boys to bed and then just sit and unwind. And quite a lot of the time, I don't even put on any TV, any tech. It's just me and the knitting, and it just helps to unwind my mind. And so it's a funny story. I was actually thinking I was purchasing the Find Your Fade shawl pattern from Drea Renee Knits. But she has two patterns. One's called Find Your Fade and one's called Free Your Fade. I actually purchased the Free Your Fade, and I'd been watching all these YouTube videos and thinking, gee, it just doesn't line up. And it worked out that was a completely different pattern, which is cool. I think the Free Your Fade shawl pattern is perfect for beginners. I've found it really good. It's just a lot of garter stitch, a little bit of lace, and I'm making great progress. So I'll show you what I've done so far. Okay. So here it is so far. Of course, it's not going to be perfect. I'm a beginner, and that's cool. Now, I got my wool from the Australian Wool Store for this one. Okay, and it came in a set of 3. So Catherine had already grouped different yarns together in groups of 3 combinations, and I thought I'll just go with one of them. Of course, got my sisters to help me pick because I can be extremely indecisive. But this one here, I don't know how well that's coming up. It's a beautiful blue with purples, a tiny bit of pink in there. That's called Belle. And then it fades into, well, I've faded it into this colour, which is called Violet Times. And the third colour, which I'm very close to fading into, which makes me even keep knitting. It will be faded. We'll be fading into, yes, this one, Destruction. I hope. Well, it's not helping, is it? Ooh. So that will be really interesting to see how that one comes together. I'm really excited. These colours obviously don't match my winter colour palette. They actually match my spring summer colour palette. And I'm going to move you a bit because that light is just, I feel it's affecting. I wonder if that makes, oh, it's a bit better. Go. Let's see. I don't know if that's coming up better. Now that Violet Times, it looks all one colour on there, but it actually, it has different purples throughout it. So, you know, it's actually, it's really lovely. I can't wait to get this stitched up, and then I have to buy myself a blocking thing because I want to block it properly. But let's move on to the next part before I get myself even more confused. So that shawl has sparked something else, and I want to make more of those. But before I go on to some more yarn I've purchased from a different shop, I'll just show you the remaining yarn I did buy from the Australian wool store. And that was, I got this letter for Gus, I can't pronounce it. Gustav. There we go. And it's navies and blues, and my plan is socks. It is a fingering weight, but it's not a sock base, so I may just keep this aside for something else because I'm learning, and I didn't quite realize that a bit of nylon in there would be good because this is 100% wool. Super wash merino. But that'll be so cute as something maybe down the track. Keep that to the side. Now, Catherine from the Australian wool store I also bought some needles and things, which I won't go through. But she did chuck in a little packet of mini skeins. Oh, excuse me. See if I can get them out for you. Of mini skeins, so that I'm excited to have these because I don't know what I'm going to use them for. That's so pretty. But definitely they'll come in handy somewhere in the future. Now, that was from the Australian wool store, and as I said, as I was making this Free Your Fade shawl, it sparked that I wanted to do more of them. And every year I like to make my boys' teachers something. Last year I made their teachers a quilted bag, like travel size bag, and I used jelly rolls strips and quilted it up, and I gave them each one of those. This year I thought, you know what, I'm on a bit of a knitting frenzy, let's knit them something. And I always ask, well, what's your favourite colour? It's a really odd question. Both of them were green, but I've noticed that they wear different types of green. So, with my boys' help, a little bit of encouragement from Mum, we made some picks into the colours we're going to use, and we just have to work out which order we're going to put them in. So for one teacher, we have, I bought these from Fibre Lily. So we've got Mocha, and Woodlands. And this teacher tends to go for more brighter, deeper greens, and then this is called Curse. So I'm thinking a fade like that into the green would be lovely for her. And this is super soft sock, so it is 75% super fine Australian merino, super wash merino, and 25% nylon. So if I have any left, I may be able to do socks with leftovers. Who knows? So that's one teacher, and I'm pretty keen to get stuck into these. That's another reason why I want to get my next shawl done. And the other teacher, she sort of wears your softer greens. And this one is called Elm Fairy. And we're going to pair that with the Mocha as well. And I did get this one. Now, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to go down and add this one in, or if I will purchase another one of the Elm Fairy. And I just don't know how that pink's going to knit up. I feel like his teacher tends to wear a lot of sort of neutrals, like soft green. So I'll see. I might have a go. I'm not sure if I'll just sort of knit hers up in that sort of way, or which way to go. Any suggestions? Let me know. So that was another one from Fibre Lily. Now, I love supporting the Australian businesses, and so happy to find some different yarn stores. Now, Fibre Lily, they do a points system where, you know, you buy so much and you get so much sort of credits on theirs instead of giving out a little gift with their order. So everyone works differently, but I am super excited and super stoked about those purchases and about the makes I've made so far. So I'm planning, life going all to plan, that once a month I will do a It's Time for a Yarn episode, and we'll just talk all things knitting, whether I've made any purchases and where I've got them from, and what I've been up to, what my plans are. So stay tuned. I'd say I'll be making free your fade shawls for quite a while. Thanks everyone, and look after yourselves, and I'll catch you later. Bye.